What if I told you one of the greatest empires in history was founded by a monk? In the 14th century, China was under the rule of the Yuan dynasty, a reign notable for its Mongolian origin. Amidst the turmoil and discontent, a figure rose from the most unlikely of places, the humble beginnings of a monastery. His name was Zhu Yuanzhang, a peasant monk who would eventually become the founder of the Ming Dynasty. Orphaned at a young age, Zhu Yuanzhang sought refuge in a Buddhist monastery. There, he learned to read and write, skills that would prove to be invaluable in his future endeavors. As the Yuan dynasty weakened due to internal strife and rebellion, Zhu saw an opportunity. He joined the Red Turban Rebellion, a widespread uprising against the Yuan rule. His leadership and military prowess were quickly recognized, propelling him to the head of this rebellion. Zhu's rebellion was not just about power or control. He had a vision for a better China, one that was free from the foreign rule of the Mongolian Yuan dynasty. His dream was to restore Chinese culture, traditions, and Confucian principles, which had been suppressed under the Yuan rule. After years of intense fighting and strategic maneuvers, Zhu's rebellion succeeded. The Yuan dynasty was overthrown, and Zhu Yuanzhang claimed the throne. He adopted the reign title of Hongwu, which means vastly martial, signifying his intention to restore peace and order through martial power. With his ascension to the throne, he instituted sweeping reforms to consolidate his power. He restructured the military, reformed the civil service examination system, and implemented agricultural policies to help his subjects. But most importantly, he sought to redefine what it meant to be Chinese. And thus, the Ming Dynasty, an era that would shape China and the world, was born. Witnessing the birth of this dynasty is like watching a phoenix rise from the ashes, a testament to the resilience and fortitude of the Chinese people and their indomitable spirit. Imagine a peasant-turned-emperor, ruling with an iron fist. Our journey through the annals of history brings us to the reign of the Hongwu Emperor, the founder of the Ming Dynasty, and a figure whose life was as tumultuous as the era he ruled. Born into poverty, the Hongwu Emperor knew the hardships of life all too well. When he ascended to the throne, he was determined to create a government that was efficient, stable, and most importantly, fair. To this end, he embarked on a series of sweeping administrative reforms that would shape the Ming Dynasty for generations to come. One of his most significant reforms was the reorganization of the civil service. Believing that the existing system was rife with corruption, the Hongwu Emperor instituted a merit-based system, one where officials were selected through rigorous examinations rather than through connections or wealth. This move not only promoted competence and integrity within the government, but it also served to reduce the influence of court officials, a group the emperor viewed with deep suspicion. The Hongwu Emperor was known for his strict rule. He established a network of secret police to root out corruption and dissent, and he wasn't afraid to mete out harsh punishments to those who crossed him. His reign was marked by a sense of fear and respect, a combination that kept his subjects in line and his power unchallenged. Yet for all his sternness, the Hongwu Emperor was also a champion of the people. He abolished the onerous taxes that had burdened the peasant class, and he implemented policies that promoted agriculture and commerce. His reign was a time of relative peace and prosperity, a stark contrast to the chaos and hardship that had marked his early life. The Hongwu Emperor set a tone of autocracy that would echo throughout the Ming Dynasty. His reign was a testament to his strength of character and his unwavering vision for a fair and efficient government. Even as we delve into the later chapters of the Ming Dynasty, the influence of the Hongwu Emperor is undeniable. His legacy is etched into every facet of this remarkable era in history. Have you ever wondered about the origins of the magnificent Forbidden City? Our story takes us back to the early 15th century, during the reign of the Yongle Emperor, the third imperial ruler of the Ming Dynasty. Born Zhu Di, he was not destined to rule. He was a prince, yes, but not the crown prince. Yet through a series of power struggles, he seized the throne from his nephew, the Jianwen Emperor, in a bloody rebellion. His rule marked a period of great expansion and reform, but it was also stained with the blood of his usurpation. The Yongle Emperor was a man of ambition, and his grand projects reflected this. He moved the capital from Nanjing to Beijing, envisioning a city that would be the heart of his empire. This led to the construction of the Forbidden City, the largest palace complex in the world. For nearly a decade, 1 million workers toiled day and night, transforming the emperor's audacious vision into reality. The result was a sprawling complex of 980 buildings, a city within a city, where the emperor and his court could live, govern, and celebrate in grandeur. But the Forbidden City was not the Yongle Emperor's only grand project. He also commissioned the famous naval expeditions of Zheng He, a trusted eunuch and explorer. These journeys of exploration and diplomacy extended China's influence far beyond its borders, reaching as far as Africa. The Yongle Emperor's reign was a period of intense activity and cultural flourishing. He sponsored the compilation of the Yongle Encyclopedia, one of the largest collections of literature in ancient China. His reign saw the growth of drama and literature, the expansion of the civil service examination system, and the development of the imperial court. The Forbidden City stands today as a testament to the Yongle Emperor's ambition and vision, a physical embodiment of the grandeur and majesty of the Ming Dynasty. Under the Yongle Emperor, the Ming Dynasty reached new heights of cultural and architectural achievement. What causes a mighty empire to crumble from within? As we delve into the later years of the Ming Dynasty, we witness an empire plagued by internal strife and external threats. The Ming Dynasty, in all its grandeur, was not immune to the common ailments that often lead to the decline of great empires. The seeds of corruption had taken root, permeating the court and the administration. Officials who had once served the empire with integrity were now swayed by greed, using their positions of power to serve their own interests. The rampant corruption led to a drastic decline in public trust and a sense of disillusionment among the people. Economic problems further deepened the crisis. The silver-based economy of the Ming Dynasty had become unstable due to rampant inflation and the decreasing supply of silver. The empire's once thriving trade and commerce started to falter. The government's inability to manage the economic crisis led to widespread poverty and discontent among the masses. The dynasty was not only facing internal turmoil, but also the threat of external forces. The Manchu tribes to the north were growing in power, and were no longer willing to bow down to the Ming rule. The Great Wall, which was built to protect the empire from these very threats, seemed to lose its effectiveness as the Manchus continued to pose a serious threat to the empire's stability. The Ming Dynasty, which had once been a beacon of power and prosperity, was now a shadow of its former self. The people who had once revered their emperor now saw him as a symbol of the empire's decline. The emperor, who was supposed to be the empire's guiding light, was now seen as its downfall. The empire's decline was not sudden, but a gradual process that spanned over several decades. The seeds of decline were sown deep within the empire and were allowed to grow unchecked. It was a decline that was as much a result of internal decay as it was of external threats. Despite its strength and grandeur, the Ming Dynasty was not immune to the forces of decline. Can you comprehend an empire, once mighty and revered, succumbing to invasion? The Ming Dynasty, a beacon of power and cultural influence, found itself in such a predicament. This grand dynasty, which had ruled China for almost 300 years, was besieged by the Manchu tribes from the north. The Manchus, hailing from beyond China's Great Wall, were not unfamiliar adversaries. The Ming Dynasty had faced and fended off their assaults before, but this time, the circumstances were different. The Ming Dynasty was in decline, grappling with internal strife, economic instability, and a series of natural disasters. In the face of these mounting pressures, the last Ming emperor, Chongzhen, ascended the throne. Despite the odds stacked against him, Emperor Chongzhen was determined to defend his dynasty. He attempted to reform the corrupt bureaucracy, improve the economy, and strengthen the military defenses. However, the challenges were too great, and his efforts fell short. The Manchus saw their opportunity and seized it. In the year 1644, they launched a full-scale invasion. Despite the desperate resistance put up by the Ming forces, the Manchus breached the Great Wall and marched towards the Ming capital, Beijing. The end was nigh. Emperor Chongzhen, in a heartbreaking act of despair, ended his own life, marking an end to the Ming dynasty. The Manchus took control, establishing the Qing dynasty, and ushered in a new era in China's history. However, it is important to remember that the fall of a dynasty is not just about defeat. It is also about resilience and the will to survive against overwhelming odds. The Ming dynasty may have fallen, but its spirit was never truly vanquished. The brave defense put up by Emperor Chongzhen and his forces is a testament to this indomitable spirit. The fall of the Ming dynasty marked the end of an era, but its legacy continues to shape China. Even in its downfall, the Ming dynasty left behind lessons of courage, perseverance, and the relentless pursuit of a better tomorrow. What remains when an empire falls? What is the legacy of the Ming Dynasty? As we delve into the legacy of the Ming Dynasty, we find that its impact goes far beyond the confines of time and geography. It's a tale of artistry, intellect, and innovation that continues to resonate today. The Ming Dynasty marked a golden age in Chinese literature. It was during this time that vernacular Chinese was used in literature, breaking away from the classical tradition. This shift made literature more accessible, sparking an explosion of creativity. One of the most notable works from this period is the novel Journey to the West, a timeless classic that continues to inspire adaptations in various forms of media. Art too flourished under the Ming Dynasty. The era is known for its blue and white porcelain, an art form that remains synonymous with China. The intricate designs and the painstaking craft of these porcelain pieces reflect the meticulous attention to detail that was characteristic of the Ming era. The Ming Dynasty also left an indelible mark on architecture. The Forbidden City, built during the reign of the Yongle Emperor, stands as a testament to the architectural prowess of the Ming artisans. Its grandeur and majesty continue to captivate millions of visitors each year. And then, there's philosophy. The Ming era saw the synthesis of Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism into a cohesive system of thought, shaping the moral and social fabric of Chinese society. This philosophical amalgamation influenced the way of life, governance, and social norms, the effects of which can still be observed in modern China. Innovation was also a hallmark of the Ming Dynasty. From the development of the world's first known paper money to the enhancement of naval technology, the Ming Dynasty was a period of great strides in technological advancement. The Ming Dynasty may have fallen, but its influence is still evident in China and around the world. Reflecting on its legacy, it's clear that the spirit of the Ming Dynasty lives on, shaping our understanding of history, culture, and the human capacity for creativity and innovation. So, what have we learned about the Ming Dynasty? From its inception, the Ming Dynasty was a beacon of power and cultural sophistication. The dynasty's birth, brought about by the peasant-turned-rebel leader Zhu Yuanzhang, was a testament to the resilience and strength of the human spirit. His reign, under the title of Hongwu Emperor, marked a period of reform and consolidation that laid the groundwork for the dynasty's golden era. The reign of the Yongle Emperor further propelled the Ming Dynasty into an unparalleled zenith. His ambitious projects, including the construction of the awe-inspiring Forbidden City, exemplified the grandeur and opulence of the era. The Ming Dynasty, under his rule, was a spectacle of brilliance and majesty, a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. However, as with all great empires, the Ming Dynasty was not immune to decline. The seeds of its downfall were sown in the soil of corruption, weak leadership, and internal strife. The dynasty's decline was a slow descent into chaos, a stark contrast to the glory of its heyday. The fall of the Ming Dynasty did not, however, mark the end of its influence. The legacy of the Ming lives on, in the magnificent architectural marvels it left behind, in its contribution to literature and the arts, and in the societal and administrative systems it established. The dynasty's influence seeped into every aspect of life, leaving an indelible mark on Chinese culture and history. The story of the Ming Dynasty is one of rise and fall, of glory and ruin. It's a tale that reminds us of the transient nature of power and the enduring impact of culture. It's a narrative that encapsulates the human capacity for greatness and the equally human propensity for downfall. History is not just about the past, it informs our present and shapes our future. And the Ming Dynasty undoubtedly has played its part, laid its